Hello, Madam Judea.
Hello, Critter Hunter.
We're back here again.
Can I have a photo of you? How much?
Too much.
Too much? I cannot afford.
Yeah.
Yeah?
So.
Why you already have a shrimpy face?
Well, apparently something's wrong with my regulator, huh?
Yeah. But
Alex is gonna replace it because we're out here in the middle of nowhere. My gauge is stuck. We tested a couple different tanks and it keeps saying 150 bars, so I think Alex has a extra regular or an extra gauge. We're gonna try that. We're still waiting for Finn anyway, and then we'll go do some nudie hunting, see what critters we can find. I'm always on the lookout for shrimp though. They're way harder to film than nudies. That's probably why we like nudies so much, but I really like all the varieties of marble shrimp and stuff.
There are plenty of varieties.
Yeah, there's a lot, but they just hide when you turn the light on.
I like the blue one.
You got the extra one?
Yeah.
So I'm using Shy. I guess I'll use Shy's regulator today. We're putting Shy's gauge on my regulator because my regulator is a den valve and this tank is a den valve. We could have got a different tank for Shy's yoke, but we didn't know mine was broke. So for some reason it's stuck at like 100 bar, even though it's not even hooked up anymore. So we hooked up the other one. Whatever. Finn's here. How's your air?
270. Oh, nice. It's gonna be a 3-hour dive.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's at least 4 hours for you.
Maybe one of the day you can try the
Yeah,
double tank.
I want to use the twin tanks.
10 tanks, and then there's also an extra one too.
I don't know if you want it because one of our dives a few days ago, it was actually 2 hours and 4 minutes on this tank.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Were you with us?
So if we do twin tanks, just me and Finn, you're gonna have to come out, do a surface interval, and then come back and find us.
I use the side mount.
Okay.
2 side mount here.
Yeah. Just
I use
Filipino
2 on the back, 2 on the right.
Filipino side mount.
Yeah.
Just hold on to it. But so guess what? I've been talking to these marine biologist students that are specifically getting their PhD in nudibranch, invertebrates, I think it's called. And I got a lot of information today, like surveys, and I was specifically asking about Philippines. So they think maybe there's so far 1,500-ish species of nudibranch in the Philippines, and at least half are undescribed. They've just been discovered, maybe photographed, but never described by science, not named or anything. They know what family they are, but so anyways, there's always a possibility we could get in on that naming action if we get one described.
Well, because we were mentioning this is that we actually might have found our very first undescribed species.
No. That one's not just undescribed, it's undiscovered.
Undiscovered.
Half of ours
yes,
are undescribed, but discovered. But the one that we've been talking to people, that one's undiscovered.
Yeah,
so not just.
I haven't shown it yet on the video. I think I might make an episode about it.
Yeah.
But obviously, Justin has seen it. We sent it out across the world, like in America, in Europe. We have checked with people that are experts in the field.
Yeah, we have experts that are naming all of our
Confirmed.
species, and they can't do this
Undescribed.
one.
I mean,
Pretty much confirmed.
yeah.
So, but that one's undescribed and undiscovered. But what I'm saying is half of the species in Philippines are undescribed, even if they are discovered, like no names or whatever. So, you know, if we could get sponsored by a museum or a university to, you know, they'll store samples, and who knows. One day maybe we can get one described.
Hopefully, it's one of the dreams to be able to get like a license. This is something we're not allowed to by law.
Yeah.
But if we can work with the museum, get a permit, we might actually be on a board or man on the ground for a museum to actually collect new species.
I mean, it's cheap labor for them. You know, they don't have to send biologists or surveyors to a country to find nudibranch. We're already here, so we might go that route. Until then,
Maybe.
you can't even touch. You shouldn't even touch nudies or species underwater, unless it's for science. And if you think it's for science, you need licenses and permits and all that. So we're trying to do it right. For now, we're doing our own little surveys. Nobody's really surveyed this island. Nobody really knows. Everybody I talk to, nobody knows how many species are here.
They're all in Anila, all in Batangas.
Yeah, everybody studies in Anilao, Batangas area because it's just, they say it's the biodiversity hub or center of the entire coral triangle,
On
which means
Earth.
the entire planet basically. But we're discovering. I mean, so
Better
far,
than Mars.
yeah.
Mars sucks.
Can you imagine? That's better than Mars.
Yeah. Science. Facts.
Yeah. So yeah, this is the dream, man. We're just filming, surveying, photographing for the book. I can't wait to send our book to biologists. I mean, the students that we talked to, they never even seen 3/4 of the ones that I showed her today. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So that's the dream, and that's kind of what we're doing tonight.
Absolutely.
Go see if we can find more, huh?
So this is a little tiny sea cucumber that mimics poisonous nudibranch. They do this so that they can tell predators that they're poisonous and not good to eat, but they're just mimics. This isn't a walking coral, it's a teddy bear crab. These crabs decorate themselves in all kinds of stuff just to blend in. Pretty genius, really. And this is a pluribranch, one of the coolest nudibranch in the world. This guy is bright orange, and we see him in a few different colors, but this dive site has a lot of them. They have these, and sometimes we get them confused with Circe species. But these are awesome. It's like they have flower petals on their backs. This is one of the most hilarious little nudies I've seen. And I have no idea what it's called, but we've seen a white one before. In case you guys have been watching other episodes. This guy is about 4 millimeters long and real hard to film. But we're glad we found him because these guys are hilarious. This guy will definitely go good in our book because we've only found one other similar species to this. And this is a common sighting around the reef. This is one of those flatworms, and it's always on the same exact coral. And there's always 2 of them here. These are probably the most colorful flatworms that we've seen so far, and they're really great. And right here, just above, there's a little nudibranch as well. Strange little guy with horns everywhere. Of course, Wild Reef is really known for its nudibranch, and especially at night. I mean, that's why we come here, so we can find as many individual species as we possibly can for our book that should be coming out soon. And just to show you how much plankton is in the water, I aimed my light up to film it. And the plankton can be a real problem when filming macro. They just get attracted by our lights at night and get in the way of every shot. By the way, this is a cool species of flatworm. Really nice color. One that'll be a new addition to the book. We don't have it yet. And it's about 95 minutes for the end of this dive, and we're done for tonight. Hello, Judea. Yeah.
Oh, that was a pretty good dive. I think we probably saw 2 new ones. I have to look in the book. And then maybe 1 or 2 new flatworms, which are not related, but we're putting those in the book as well, so those count. That's a pretty good dive.
Yeah, 5, 6 CRCs, no big deal.
Yeah, I think I only filmed 1 because there's so many everywhere. I was trying to save my battery. But 5, 6 big Circes. The Circe elegans is the pink one, and then the Circe, a different breed of Circe is the clear white one. And then we found like polybranch and all kinds of stuff, so awesome dive.
Yeah,
Now it's really raining. Look at this.
Crazy.
Yeah. Awesome dive. We're gonna have to come back here tomorrow and do a different area because we just see something every dive.
Crazy.
So
Every dive.
yeah. It's pretty good teamwork. I film something if it's new, and then I call him over so he can photograph it and film it, and vice versa. He'll call me over after he's done if he finds a new one, and we have hand signals to say, don't waste your time, or this is new, or whatever. So,
For example, if I'm filming something, Justin comes over, curious, and I say, no, move on.
yeah. And we did that several times. He's wondering what I'm filming. I'm like, nah, don't bother.
So it's the next night, and again, we're at Wild Reef. Of course, we're gonna come here to find more nudies. And the first thing I film is a Donald Duck shrimp. These guys are awesome, and there's something that I always like to film, even though they're shy like this guy. But the next thing we saw was this awesome nudibranch, one that I have no idea what it's called. I've never seen one similar to this. I found out later while editing it, it's an Elysia species, and it's so cryptic. It blends in so well, I have no idea how Alex could even find these. We explored a different area on this dive site. I mean, it's pretty huge. We don't cover all of it. And out in the sand, we found this octopus. And he was a pretty cool one, not really scared. Normally octopus go straight down, dig a little hole and disappear. But this guy just kind of sat in the lights and let me film him for quite a while. I didn't want to use up all my camera, my light, and my air filming an octopus. But, well, I don't film them very often, so of course I had to give it a try. And out in that same sand was this big old frogfish. He's pretty hilarious, especially when the plankton followed my light and gave him something to eat. He liked to use his lure to attract him even more. That lure is pretty hilarious looking. This is a pretty cool nudie. It took us a while to find the first one, maybe a few months. We didn't even know it existed, but now we look on all leaf to see what species of leaf sheep we could find. And this is one of our favorites. And here's Finn filming something real tiny with a big camera. It's pretty difficult when you can't touch anything. And there's Alex. While I was waiting to see what Finn was filming, I filmed this little fireworm. I see quite a lot of them at this dive site. And this is what Finn was filming. A cool Trapania nudibranch. It's a really awesome one. It's sitting on top of some kind of sponge, and it's pretty big. I mean, it's still probably 5 or 6 millimeters, but as far as nudies go, that's a perfect size for the camera. Not too tiny. Still, pretty hard to see with the naked eye. And then Alex called me over to show me what he called a flatworm, and I still cannot identify this. I assume he's right that it's a flatworm. So if you guys ever seen this before, let me know in the comments below. And this is definitely a flatworm, and one of the most colorful I've seen. This one gives those other ones a run for their money for how beautiful it is. But he was at the end of the dive, and it was not that easy to film. So is this little bobtail squid. They're always out in the sand near the end of the dive at about 4 meters. This shrimp was freaking hilarious. I don't know what kind of shrimp he is. I've only seen it one other time, and he's really funny looking. So our book should be coming out in the next few months. If you guys want to check that out, it's called Nudibranch of the Dauin Coast. There's a link down below where you can sign up for our mailing list. You won't get any spam. All you have to do is sign up, and we'll send you one email when the book is available. And thank you guys so much for the support. I'll see you on the next one.